Hey, happy Friday, class. Coming at you on week 2. So we're in week 2 of our course, and this is our week to talk about the Constitution, to dive further into the Constitution. You can see one of my copies in the back. I've got many more copies of the Constitution all over. I have spent most of my life studying the Constitution and taking classes, college classes, learning about the Constitution. Fascinating document that established our current form of government. We talked about the founding documents, the Declaration of Independence, and the Articles of Confederation helped establish this government. Were the precursors, kind of parts of. They created parts of our government that still exist today. But the vast majority of our government was created with the writing of the U.S. Constitution that established the rules, the ground rules for how our politics and government will operate. So you have 2 items this week. Again, discussion board and a homework assignment. Remember those inquisitive quizzes. So you should have already made your initial post into the discussion board. There we're talking about the preamble to the U.S. Constitution. That famous phrase, "We the people do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States." All those things in between that part, those clauses, which we get a lot of famous phrases from, common defense, and I forget some of the other ones. I had the preamble written down here someplace, but there's a lot packed into that beginning introduction. The preamble is really the introduction to the Constitution. It tells us a little bit, just a little snippet about why they wrote this Constitution. And of course, the "we the people," where do they get the audacity to use the term "we the people," even though it was just these 39 men that signed the Constitution? Of course, it's because it went out to the states and it didn't become the law of the land. It didn't become our government until the states ratified through conventions, through the people voting for their representatives ratifying the Constitution. That's where we get this concept that we, the people, have endorsed this Constitution. And yeah, so we'll be talking more about that in the discussions this week. And then your assignment, chapter 2 for inquisitive. I hope you're getting used to that inquisitive format, and you should be spending a little bit less time each week as you're getting used to that format. And then, of course, Friday, we have our homework assignment, which is on the amendments. So you're going to watch a video, 27 amendments in 27 minutes. It's roughly 27 minutes, closer to 30-something. But that'll go through the whole, give you a good walkthrough of all 27 amendments to the Constitution. And I just want you to think about, what is the most interesting or most important? Which of those amendments, as you're watching that video, which stood out to you as like, oh, this is really cool, this is really interesting, or this is really important. I didn't realize how important this amendment was. And just give me a couple paragraphs on which amendment you think is the most important. So yeah, and then next week we'll be diving into the 3 branches of government, beginning next week with the legislative branch, followed by the executive branch, and the like. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We're going to be covering federalism next week. We've got the Constitution, then federalism, the relationship between the state and the federal government, and then we have test 1. We have our first test, and then we'll go into the 3 branches. So first test coming up next weekend. Again, big reminder, coming the beginning of next week. Our tests open on Friday at midnight. So Friday morning at midnight, Thursday really night at midnight, the test will open up. It'll be available for you to take until Sunday at midnight. That's your 4-day window. You have about an hour to complete the exam once you open it up. But yeah, you can do it anytime between Friday and Sunday. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week, and have a great week.